Hey, it's Mars, and this is Let's Make a Dungeon Crawler Part 29. In this video, we'll be talking about leveling up, and I want to touch on 4 things. The first is our health. In the plyGame class, we have our health attribute, and it's set to update consumable to, which means when we level up, the consumable value will be set to the new value of our new level. In a future video, instead of using the plyGame curve to determine our new value health on level up, we'll use our own formula that takes into account any equipped armor with added life, any passive skills or abilities with bonuses to life, and attributes such as strength or vitality. However, we'll leave this checked for now. Next, when my player levels up, I'd like to instantiate a particle effect. And I've prepared one here. So I'll go to my player prefab, and in the RPG attribute on level change, which I have here, I'm going to do an object create my particle effect. And I could set a temporary variable here and then use this to parent it to the player, but I'll just do it on the particle effect. It really makes no difference. So we'll instantiate the particle effect. That's fine. And then in the prefab, I'll add plyblocks. And here we can do on start, let's do object set parent, and we'll set it to the player, character player, so that it follows us if we're running around. And I will turn off world position stay so that the position of the particle effect is 0, 0, 0 on the player. I'd also like to destroy the particle effect after about 2 or 3 seconds. Destroy after, let's say, 2.5 seconds. And lastly, I'd like to play a sound. So I will just add an audio source and find a level up sound. Lower the volume on the audio source component, and then I'll check play on awake. So when we level up, the particle system should be instantiated into our scene, parented to the player, play a sound, and then destroy itself. I'd also like to talk about enemy levels. Right now, all of my enemies are level 1. We could use plyblocks to set the enemy level to the player level. That way you're always fighting monsters that are difficult to kill, which is good. Unfortunately, if you've been playing for an hour or two and you go back to a very early zone, the enemies will still be really hard to kill, which might seem strange. So what I figured we would do is go to our plyGame main global variables, and let's make a global integer called area level. And I'll set that as 1 for now. And then if every time you enter a new area or dungeon or cave or anything, you would set the area level on start to however difficult you want your enemies to be. So then I would go to my enemy I have, and we can just do a plyblocks on start. I'll make a new event. We'll do a character set level of self to, and then let's do get global integer area level. And then in a future video, I'd like to do, if the monster is a magical monster, it'll be area level +1, or if it's a rare enemy, it could be area level +2, and a unique enemy could be a area level +3. But this should be fine for now. And lastly, I'd like to use a formula for giving experience to the player when an enemy is killed. In one of the first videos in this series, I chose a max level of 80 and a max experience of 800 million. I then chose a quartic curve of 1, and that gave us these values. I copied these values into a Google spreadsheet. So using the formula that I came up with, level times 2 times level, I can see that a level 5 enemy gives 5 times 2 times 5, or 50 experience per kill, and I'll need to kill 164 of them to get to level 6. I'll put a link to this Google spreadsheet in the description, and you should be able to go to File, Make a Copy, hopefully. Let me know in the comments if that works. And then you can have your own copy of this spreadsheet for your Google Sheets or Google Docs to edit and change values around. But let's go ahead and add this formula, level times 2 times level, to the on death event for our zombie. On actor death, looks like we're playing a sound, instantiating some blood. Let's also do change attribute, value experience of player by, and that was math float a times b. It was level times 2 times level. I'll copy this block again. We will go to character get level of self times 2 times level of self. I'll grab a common integer of 2. And that should work. So we'll set our enemy level to 2, and we should have to kill 10 of them to get to level 3. We'll do a test now. In my level manager, I will say on start, just as a test. Let's set area level to a common integer of 2. And I'll put some enemies down in the scene. And we need to kill 10 of them to level up. Hopefully it works. And I'll also increase my damage so that I can kill them in one hit. I'll save the scene and let's try it out. Awesome. That's all for this one. As always, thanks to those who have donated, and thank you for watching. If you learned something, hit that like button and join me next time, where we'll be improving our inventory.